Alright everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and yes, today we have those great salt mines that we are getting out from the depths below. The shiniest, the saltiest pieces here yet, so this is going to be themed around Stellar Blade that is releasing right around the corner here, so I figured we'd share some really salty replies and posts and everything from Stellar Blade, and I'm sure there's going to be some new ones to be farming as well after it's released, I promise you that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to it. Alright, so like I was saying, this one of course being themed around Stellar Blade in general. There's just been so much good salt from there. Kind of been saving it in the back pocket to a closer release schedule here, and I thought this is the perfect time to do that. Let's start with the first one here, Slayer Moni, or Mani, or whatever you want to pronounce that name. I see people talking about the character design and some wild-ass boob physics more than talking about the gameplay. This isn't a road I want gaming to go down. Okay, so this isn't something new. I don't know if you're just trying to create some controversy here, but have we been around Dead or Alive, that fighting game? Have we been around since Lara Croft days in the original Tomb Raider and Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3? Are we forgetting about any anime-type games and their female protagonists? Are we forgetting about anything else? No, we're not. We're going to call this one out. We're going to call this one out because it's the newest, latest, greatest game that's getting a lot of praise and hype behind it and a lot of pre-orders. It's been in the top 10 multiple times on the PlayStation Store, you name it. This is pure salt, and we're trying to deflect and course correct into a different direction here because this is the path that gaming's going to go down. This has nothing to do with any other female protagonist, antagonist, whatever character in any video game ever before. This is the first time that we have a female protagonist that is a attention-worthy protagonist here at this point, if you want to put it that way. But like I said, this is not anything new. I think this is such a weak talking point in regards to someone being salty about it, but wanted to share that one. But let's continue on here, of course. The next one, Stellar Blade themselves, the devs, the official account, stating, haven't played yet, and if you don't know, now is a great time to play a demo of Stellar Blade. If you haven't, yes, there is a free demo, has a pretty lengthy section, and shows off everything that it is about. Really great feedback there, of course. Cabrutus and Adam the Nerd Fans. First, Cabrutus or Cabrutus, release your games on Steam ASAP in all caps because they gotta have more, because the open platform that can play anything, that can pirate most games, that can emulate a lot of games, they need these games. I wonder why the PC elitist race here is really upset at PlayStation fans, because they don't get those games day one all the time. So that's why they have a lot of angst towards it. But we continue on for the Xbox camp as well here, of course. Xbox 2, please. What? But you guys have so many games, right? You have a lot of stuff coming out. It's okay. Hellblade 2 is the talk of the town over there. You don't need Stellar Blade, right? Not Xbox 2, don't worry, you don't need that too. Port begging at its finest, folks. And then of course, with Tech Geek Gaming, can we please get this game on Xbox eventually? Sad face, like drawing out, at least until another Ninja Gaiden is released. Well, you'll be waiting a while for that, but of course on the Xbox camp, that camp happens to be waiting all the time, so I don't think it's too far-fetched for them to go ahead and wait for Ninja Gaiden, so why not just skip Stellar Blade and continue to wait for Ninja Gaiden? I mean, you love to wait for things, so let's continue with that trend because Stellar Blade is not hitting over to Xbox anytime soon. There you have it. As we continue on here, we have a couple here. Semantics here as we pull up. I wish I had a PS5 and not an Xbox with this sad crying face, and unfortunately this is the thing. This is partially why I kind of do some of the stuff on my channel. It's just to bring awareness. It's to bring awareness to what games are there. Not everybody has the time to do the research. They rely on other channels and other means of information to try and quickly, in a quicker way, get out the information of what games are available on each platform, what the benefits, pros, cons, all that stuff. I do feel bad for the gentleman, but you got to do your research, though. one way or the other, even if your time is limited, man, you choose wrong, you're going to be missing out on a lot of great content, but that's a whole nother topic. Sky here, mentioning the demo again, right? Please, please, please talk with Sony to bring this to Xbox. I really want to play this game. All right, Sony was in talks with them to make this previous, and yes, it was previously going to be a multi-plat game, but they did do a timed exclusive. I don't know how forever exclusive this is. Of course, I don't have that information, was never given to me, and I don't have the contacts to define that one way or the other. However, I will be honest with you all, and that's kind of where the timetable is. We don't know. It could eventually. We don't know if they're going to eventually acquire this studio. We don't know what's going on with that. However, it's not going to come to Xbox anytime soon, like I mentioned before. So no matter if they talk to Sony or not, the contract's already signed. It's already done. So you're just going to be playing the waiting game regardless. Who knows when that'll be? Maybe it'll be a Cana, Bridge of Spirits type of situation, as we know as of recently. That is coming to Xbox. It's after 3 years. This could be the same thing. But again, that always depends on each game by game basis. If I can say game a few more times. Let's continue going on here. Have you seen? You all need real tangible women in your life. This obsession with virtual intangible characters ain't healthy. Wacky Chan. Stellar Blade indeed, straight game of the year material right here. Has a zoom in section of you know what. Before the Xbox is flatlining in Europe narrative becomes a new topic, I just want to say that IDC, I don't care, and the same MF begging for Xbox games to come to their favorite platform is going to be the same MF acting like Xbox is bad. The salt is real. They're all upset, like this obsession. There's always going to be those weirdos out there that have an obsession with aesthetics, especially things that are not real. We already shared in the last video Kareem and Aerith's feet on the beach scene. If you haven't checked it out, please check that out. It's the last video or two ago. We did share that. Kind of crazy what's going on there, right? So this isn't any one fan base. You're just going to have those eccentrics out there. But again, let's not course correct it to something else to kind of show that salt rather than move on. And again, this isn't new. This isn't new. So you're bringing up stuff just to bring it up. As we continue here, Warhammer Dave. Xbox is an effing joke. xCloud Tim Dog. You were right about Xbox will never get a Stellar Blade. Microsoft's virtual signaling to the people that don't play or care about games, and it hurts Xbox gamers. Warhammer Dave, a big Xbox aficionado and hardcore fanboy, has had enough a lot lately. We'll see if that reverses, of course. But as we continue on here, he just wanted to state the obvious. I feel for him. I feel like there's just missing those key components over there as it has been. But again, that's another topic for another time and a lot to delve into. But because Microsoft, like it says from Mr. Kima, urges developers not to create female characters with exaggerated body proportions through their official website that support game developers. If you don't know, again, a whole other wormhole of another topic, and there's been a lot of things tied to this, and we don't have time to go into that right now, but what he states is true, as you can see. Unfortunate, again, everybody's different, right? We all look different, we all act different, all that sort of stuff, but yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms there, but I'll just leave you with that. Digress as you want, discuss down in the comments below, keep that a little civil if you would like. Beast of Truth, of course. Don't always like to promote this guy because he's just a straight up weirdo. Always talking about unaliving people in the sake of his plastic box. Real straight up weirdo that just, anyways. Before anyone starts trying to brag about having a Stellar Blade demo on PlayStation, I'm a grown ace man that prefers real yams at home, so digital ones don't impress me. Plus, Xbox fans have played Bayonetta style games before, so being the hypocritical statement here, why are you bragging about Stellar Blade demo? Because of yams. Those don't impress me. I have real ones at home, which I highly doubt. But on top of that, then goes back to state Bayonetta and referencing in a nonchalant way possible yams over there. Tit for tat. What are we looking at here? One of those hypocritical statements here. You can't make this up. The 2 brain cells in this gentleman's head is not always firing on all cylinders. And there you have it. Doesn't make sense. The salt is real, folks. The salt is real. If that was on Xbox, he'd be saying a different story there, right there. Webula, played the demo, junky gameplay, slow fighting, enemy AI feels like I'm fighting Star Wars virgins. Game is a flop. A pony myself, I speak for all Sony fanboys, we will not buy a flop game. Webula is not a Sony fanboy, just putting some context out there. So of course they tagged this photo for some reason and put this obviously photoshopped photo in there. It's not junky gameplay. I've messed around with it myself. It's definitely not slow. Enemy AI feels like they're fighting Star Wars. I mean, you just know, it seems like something like Goat Gaming would come out with, right? So I don't come across Webula all that often, but this is obviously a bait post here, but very salty that they don't have that over there. I guarantee you, if the other way around, shoe on the other foot, complete reverse statings of what would be talked about here. So ton of Stellar Blade salt, like I said. So we'll be getting a lot more once this actually releases later on in a few days after the time of this recording. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun as far as the salt coming from that. Whenever there is a first party game releasing, I mean, it just hits beat for beat. So I appreciate that. We'll wrap up the video here, guys. Thanks again for all your support. At this point in time, we are cruising towards that 2,000 sub goal. So thank you so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. I can't say it enough. So thank you again. If you haven't already, definitely consider liking and commenting on the video. That does help out the algorithm tremendously. In addition to that, if you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing, helping out a small content creator like myself. That being said, I just want you all to remember, don't be a salty batch. And we'll see you guys next time on the next Xvault gaming video. Take care.